man. Do I got something for you? You already know what time it is because I got my Mr. Rogers look on. Ooh. I'm stressed before I get to it. I'm pinning the topic. I gotta ask, and I need anybody that gets on here to answer me. I ain't been on in a minute. You might not fuck with me. I'm trying to set this up on a cup of water. Serious questions. I got a long topic. First off, I'm going to put you on an interesting thought. Adam and Eve. Truly, while I'm giving you this thought, I want you to answer this question that I have pinned. But, Adam and Eve. A lot of people don't know that Adam had a first wife. Adam's first wife would not stop fornicating with demons, apparently. Eve. What's good, brother? Adam's first wife would not stop fornicating with demons. Eve, I don't know if the what's the word? I don't know if the forbidden fruit is exactly what they say it is. My brother, what's good with you? Hola, hermano. ¿Cómo está, güey? Yo tienen un pregunta en la comments. Por favor. English or Spanish. Adam and Eve. So Adam had a first wife who would not stop fornicating with demons. Eve, I don't know if the forbidden fruit is exactly what we're talking about. And I got something for you. Cain was older than Abel. I believe that Cain also I seen you on the way there the other day. No invitation? ¿Por qué? Cain was the oldest brother. He was also the one that they did not like the most. Or I guess, I don't know, the one that they looked down on, whatever it was. Where the fuck, oh. Anyways, Cain was the one that they looked down on, or whatever the fuck it was. But listen, Ham, one of the sons of Cain, Ham was born with red skin, the Bible says. Ham was born with red skin, the Bible says. I believe that Ham is where the white people came from, if the Bible is real. And I believe the evil presence, in a sense, in the Bible it says that there was all like low-key balance began in the Garden of Eden. So it was meant to be good. Adam's first wife would not stop fornicating with demons. I believe the forbidden fruit was Eve's cherry. I believe instead of having I believe instead of going and biting the forbidden fruit or whatever the fuck, I believe that Eve went and had sex with the devil, which created the firstborn son, Cain, who was looked down upon. But I believe that is also where, in a sense, it opened up to like the world in the realm of like evil. Only because if you think about, I'll tell you this, and I say I believe, my beliefs are forever growing. I try to prove myself wrong every day. But in a sense, this is more like, I don't believe in the truth, like what the fuck the Bible's talking about, and as far as like the Garden of Eden. So I try to take the knowledge and, in a sense, establish upon myself what's true and what's not. I don't know. I'm building on ideas right here. My boy Richard Porch, low-key family, if you know anything about the Bible, did you know that Adam had a first wife who would not stop fornicating with demons? But no, anyways, what I'm talking about on here, truly, I just have to ask the question. What is the difference between the universe and God? This gets down to the actual point, because that's me getting on here talking shit about Adam and Eve as a whole. But no, seriously, I believe that, it's true that Adam's first wife wouldn't stop fornicating with demons. I believe that the forbidden fruit was Eve's cherry, and in a sense, that is what gave birth to the evil presence in this earth, which created Cain, which in a sense led down to Ham, which Ham had red skin, that's created the light skin and the white people and shit like that, and it started going from there. And I believe that they've just been terrorizing ever since. If the Bible's true, that's not where I'm going today. Where I'm going today, what's the difference between the universe and God? Now, I asked this question to a lot of people. I was downtown San Antonio the other day feeding homeless people, asking them questions. Shit, I told them if they asked me a question, I got buy them something to eat. Some of them didn't even want nothing to eat. Shit, I bought them a beer, and I sat there and drank a beer with them and had the conversation. I was like, nah, nigga, you gonna have to get back to it. One of them told me he was a Mormon. I had to get in his ass because I know what Mormons believe about black people and shit like that. I was going off. I'm asking shit, rich white folks leaving parties and bars and shit like that, just dumb shit. Anyways, what I continue getting is that God is the creator of the universe. I believe that man created the idea of God. Because if we sit here and talk about, in a sense, I don't know, man. I feel like we created the creator. Like we created if we're talking about the universe, then I have to ask people ask me, what is the universe? I'll give you the definition. It is everything in matter and space. And it is always if science is real, then they say that the universe and that space just continues going. And it continues to grow and get bigger and bigger. So there's 225 billion galaxies right now. I don't know if y'all know that. That's an interesting fun fact. I was looking up, talking to my little brother about the other day. There are 225 billion galaxies right now. In the next few years, there's going to be 230 billion galaxies. The universe, to me, and it's like if science is real and shit like that, if they weren't lying about space, it continues growing. Anyways, it's all matter in space, in a sense, in the universe. So, people ask me, I don't know. Then again, I start thinking about a creator. And somebody told me God's his creator, and I asked him, if God is the creator, because I've been thinking about, how do I get around this creator idea? I asked him, who created you? And dude asked me, he was like, do you want a spiritual, or he said, do you want a serious, or like a something answer, like a practical? I was like, I want you to be honest type shit. Like, who created you? He gonna tell me God. I said, no. You have kids, right? What had to happen in order for your kids to be created? He already told me the answer. I said, okay. So in a sense, the universe made the the universe created the biological systems. Was good, family. The universe created the biological systems, which made his dick in order for his dick to get hard to go on his little girlfriend or whatever. And it was a lot of chemical processes, in a sense, that were created from this universe. So I asked, in a sense, how did the universe, create his daughter? He agreed. And honestly, I'm telling you, I've had this conversation with multiple people, so I'm really jumping from conversation to conversation. Somebody else, I got, that far to him, and we started talking about what was real. In a sense, I guess the question would be to prove to me that God is real. I can prove to you the universe is real. And if you want to ask me what the fuck is real, the Matrix, Morpheus in the Matrix said it the best way. He said, well, if we're talking about what is real, then it's the chemical processes and the chemical processes and what electrical firings, in a sense, that create the feelings and touches and sensations and shit like it. In a sense, they create our senses. Our senses create what is real to us. Therefore, if our senses are what's creating what's real to us, then we understand that the senses that created, in a sense, the circumstances in this universe or whatever, for your dad's dick to get hard, like circumstances within all matter and space is what creates. So in a sense, like the universe created these circumstances, or like the universe created these biological chemical processes and this, and this. So in a sense, what's real and who created who, the universe is the one that's created. The universe, and like, and that's what I wanted to hear him say. In a sense, when I ask who created you, shit, the universe created you. Now, when we get down to the idea of God, if the universe created you, and God created the universe, God created that's popular belief. I just proved to you that God created you, or that the universe created you. In a sense, the biological processes and everything here. We're not talking about God. Because God, they say God gave us free will. We get to do what the fuck we want to. So therefore, in a sense, as of now, if you do believe in God, we're not talking about anything that God has done so far. Because if God is putting his hands personally on you, then he's putting his hands personally on anybody. God created this shit, and then he took his hands off. The nigga said, y'all got the will. Here's free will. If you believe in free will. So God took his hands off the wheel and allowed the universe to create you. Applied the circumstances and shit like that for the universe to create you. So in a sense, the universe created you. So if we're looking around with our senses to establish what is real or not, the universe is real. These are the life in the universe that is based off of our sight and our perception and our feeling of life. Therefore, that is of the universe. Therefore, in a sense, the universe is what is creating things. Where is proof that God created something besides the idea that we believe that God created something? Now, I'm not questioning anybody's belief. I guess in a sense I am. I want to know, I'll tell you this, I'm questioning my beliefs. So like everything that I just said in a sense is fact. Like and I'll tell you this, I say fact based on what I've been told. In a sense, like about the universe and science and shit like that, like me coming to an understanding of what the fuck is in this universe and shit like that. Like, I mean, like in the Bible, I feel like it says some shit, talking shit. God basically gave us free will and let us go. Shit gave us dominion over the world and this, and this, and shit let us be sinful and all types of shit. I don't know. And then again, I say that God gets tired of this bitch and he erases it multiple times, so I don't know. Coach Smith, I didn't even see that you were on here. Honestly, I'm asking questions. I got interesting questions. What's the difference between universe and God? There were a couple things. Matter of fact, I talk about something else. If God created this world, I'm not riding no nigga dick that allowed something like this to happen. I'm telling you now, I'm not praying to nobody that would allow the things in this world, because God created the world. He's all-knowing and all-powerful, right? Therefore, why is he allowing shit like this to happen? Why is God doing us like this? And I say us, I feel like I've had some bad experiences in my life. It's people way worse than me. I mean, compared to some of my homeboys I grew up with, I was blessed. So in a sense, like, I mean, I'll tell you this. Why do you think your God is allowing this? God gave us free will and this, and this. Man, I'm going to tell you this. If I meet God, I got some words with him. Latoria, please, thank you. Can you answer the question below in your own words? Coach Smith got on here and he got off. I don't know. He just like, I don't know how long he's on here. Possibly because I was cussing, possibly because I'm smoking a black and mild. I don't know. But I just had an interesting question. Honestly, I could have a serious conversation with you about Adam and Eve. But that's not where honestly, I'm on here asking this question. And it says, what is the difference between universe and God? A lot of people say God created the universe. I then have to ask, or then I then have to say, or ask the question. Yeah, I like, I fuck with Coach Smith. But, in a sense, okay, people say that God created the universe. I then have to say, did mankind not create the idea of God? In a sense, did we not grow up and start questioning life and then say that there was a creator? Like, I don't know. I think of it more like me and some homeboys sitting around talking up like, man, where did we come? Okay, what's his name? Plato. Plato has a saying. I wish I could remember it in Greek, but I don't remember the actual language. In English, it says, I think, therefore I am. Because we can think that there is a creator, that is why we can say that there is a creator of everything that we see around us. I don't know if okay, like animals. Animals are part of this universe. I don't know if animals have the ability in a sense to be able to conceptualize it like that. But do you think that animals have created a creator for themselves? Or do you believe that in a sense animals just are? And they believe that they just are, and therefore they just are. Like, I feel like we created the idea of a creator. If you get what I'm like, I don't know. That's just one, like, in innocent, I mean, that's just like, I guess me trying to break down, like what's the difference between the universe and God? Only because, like, the universe to me is real. And I'm not saying that, like, I need. So because we have the intellect, we're able to create a God. Because we created the idea of the God. Like, I'm not saying anything about the stories. Like, I'm not even going to go into like what's in the Bible and shit like that on the story. Like forget about the story of creation. Because in a sense, that's just somebody's story of creation. So it's not about the story of creation. But it's more because we have the intellect, we can create the idea of a God. I don't know. I'll tell you this, I believe it's the same thing. I don't know, I feel like there's no separation. It's my pinned question. What is the difference between God and the universe? I don't know. You know me. I sit around and I think. And honestly, I've asked a lot of people these questions. Like, I went downtown San Antonio the other day. I went down there, man. I'm telling you, I was feeding homeless people. I told them honestly, I tried to feed homeless people. I had to give some of them money because some of them would not go up to Whataburger with me. I don't know if he just wanted to buy some alcohol or what. I didn't even care. I told him, man, you answer my question. I had like $6 in my pocket. I gave one of them $6. I gave a couple of them beers because, like, shit, I asked one dude, I was like, man, I'll buy you something, you give me something to eat. He was like, nah. Or I was like, you answer my question, I'll buy you something to eat. And he was like, I don't really want nothing to eat, though. I said, man, what you want? And it was an old white dude. He was like, I was like, man, I had a beer in my hand. I was like, man, you answer my question, you can have my beer. He was like, fuck it, that is fine. Shit, I bought him, I'm telling you, I bought one of them something to eat. He didn't even he disappeared. So shit, I went and gave it to somebody. Like, I don't know. I've been asking this question. I'm curious. And true, like, depending on who I mean, I've gotten a lot of weird answers. I get a lot of Christian answers. I'm not like in a sense thinking from like the God and the creator aspect. I guess I'm trying to get something different. Because all I continue getting is a creator. And I believe a creator is just, I mean, I wouldn't even say I believe. I mean, us creating something is just a belief. I mean, in a sense, like, because then I try to go back, like, I mean, in a sense, to people like you, where did your idea of God came from? And I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of people tell me they've been touched by God. I'm not asking in a sense like when did you like start like how do you know that God is real and things like that. That's not at all what I'm asking. Precisely. I'm saying I guess I more want to. God is the creator of all things, including the universe. I guess more what I'm asking is, okay, because I was just getting to it. In a sense, where did your idea of God come from? Because I asked people this question and they try to give me, well, I knew God was real in this. Or I was addicted to drugs. Honestly, some of the little crackheads said, like one of the homeless people said, honestly, he wasn't even homeless. He went down there to fuck with some of his old friends that were homeless. But my nigga Tonto, he wasn't even homeless. Like, shit, he got his life together and shit, he got off the streets. Okay, I'm not going to ask what he did in a sense to reveal himself to you. I'll tell you this. Why did you conceptualize whatever happened as God doing it and God revealing itself to you? Only because like that, I guess that's where I was going with what I was just saying. In a sense, like what's good, my brother? If you could please answer what's the difference between God and the universe? But anyways, I mean, like real talk, I would like you to comment that. Okay, you said God revealed himself to you. My question is, whatever happened to you? No. Why did not the universe? Why do you feel like that's God? Is it because somebody else told you that God does things and that God reveals himself? Like, in a sense, like, why is whatever happened, why did you feel like that was God? Is it because of what somebody else told to you? I don't know. I just got that answer a lot. Like God showed himself to me and God has proven himself and these things like this. And just like, I just question in a sense, why do you feel like that's what that was? Like who put the idea in your head when something like this happens? It's God. I guess I feel you. Well, I get it. I feel the same way anytime I walk outside and truly take a deep breath. I feel the same way anytime I meditate. I don't feel like that's God. Honestly, it's funny. I say that. When I was younger, people used to ask me how I knew that God was real, and I swear to God, man, I used to tell them, man, I've been to some mountaintops and I've seen some views in a sense of like nature. Like, especially in Arkansas, because like my mom's family's from Arkansas, like it's some mountains up there, nothing but just beautiful trees and mountains and life type. And I'm thinking, you get up there and take a deep breath and, ooh, I feel it. I'm saying, I got a good imagination, and not even imagination, but shit, I can see it like it was yesterday. And in a sense, like I've seen things like that, and like I used to tell people, like, shit, that's how I knew God was real. I'm not gonna lie, love. I'm honestly just thinking about what to say to that. You said there was a presence. I don't know if I've ever seen or felt the presence. When I was young, I believe in black magic, voodoo, magic, whatever the fuck you want to call it. First off, like I used to go to school with like this bitch that was a Wiccan. She used to talk about all kinds of spells and shit. She put me on some shit. That's not what I'm talking about. I seen some real life like black magic, voodoo type. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, my sisters told me some shit about being in rooms and shit like that people have died in and felt things like that. Like, I'm not saying that it was a ghost in the room. Like, I'm telling you, man, I guess what my mind is trying to do is trying to understand the presence. Like, I'm going to every time in the sense that I've referenced something like me feeling something and looking around and it wasn't nothing there. Like, and why I took it to, you said the presence greater in yourself, why I took it to that, like why I took it to nature is because like me personally, shit, the only time I feel is like when I'm in nature, I'm meditating. Like, I don't know, I feel the peace and comfort. Truly. Honestly, shit, when I meditate, man, that's the only time I feel peace because, I don't know, my mind fucks with me. I'll tell you this, I'll respect that answer for right now until I can come back with you. The presence. I got to go around asking some other people if they've ever felt the presence. Let me think. I'm going to tell you, I mean, man, I have been supposed to die quite a few times. Like, I don't know, I've seen death. For real. And I used to think that I wasn't alive. Matter of fact, I used to think that I really did die. And in a sense, life around me was just... It depends on what I meditate on. Honestly, usually nothing. I go into meditation with no thought. Honestly, I think too much as it is. I think too much as it is. That is why meditation is so peaceful to me. Like you honestly, like it's a good thing. Like I've heard people say like, yeah, you should go into meditation, like go into meditation with something on your mind, like with this particular thing. Like I've even heard of some people like to wind down at the end of the day, like they meditate on their day. I can't do that. I'm thinking about my day, like literally my whole work day and things that people said to me. Should I have said this shit like as I speak to you now type shit. But what I meditate on, I try to meditate on, like peacefulness. I'll tell you this, man, think about your breath. Like how when I said that about nature and I took the deep breath, and I'm telling you, man, you slow your heart rate down just enough and like what you focus on is the breath. Like if you take 100 deep breaths and count down, like in a sense, like that's one. And like in a sense, all the way up and all, like honestly, like I didn't even go all the way up the first time. But you take 100 deep breaths and simply focus your mind on those breaths. If your mind wanders to anything else, like am I doing it right and I'm gonna tell you that's a good exercise. Just go back to 100. Because what that does is like focus your mind. Like honestly, back when I was trying to stop smoking cigarettes and shit like that back in the day. Honestly, I'm smoking black. This is me just like undisciplined at the moment. But like when I first started, in a sense, trying to, it's focusing your mind. It's learning to train your mind. And like in a sense, whenever my mind would go to a cigarette, I would immediately just start reading. I'm saying I'd go to my notes or like I read multiple different books type shit. I would just pick a book and just start thumbing through that bitch on my iBook type shit. But in a sense, whenever your mind wanders to something else, like, oh, the floor, or my hair's wet, or like, I wonder if I look weird, or whatever the fuck I'm telling you, you go back to the breaths and start back at 100 and Get rid of that bullshit. Get rid of that thought and go. And I'll tell you this: if you do it correctly, you will not make it to 1. I swear to God, the only time I've ever made it to 1 is when I wait. Honestly, when I make it to 50, I know I'm not doing it right, and I immediately have to start over. Only because my mind has then started wondering, like, damn, like, I'm already at 50 and and like, shit, it's not working. And I'm like, my mind is still then running. Like, it's my thoughts, man, it's peaceful, love. I try to get rid of everything. I'm telling you. I go to that black space in my mind, and it's, I don't know. I'm going to tell you this, love. Truly, I need a sensory deprivation tank. That's what they're called. If you watch Stranger Things, that's what they put 11 in. It's basically just like something where it cuts off the complete sound. They put you underwater and shit. Like they tie weights to your ankles, so in a sense like you stay under the water, but like it's in a sense like all, I don't know. I just feel like this world fucking overloads us with too many, with too much. Or sensory overload is what it is. That's where that's one of the causes of anxiety and shit like that. It's too much. I mean, the light, man. New York, people in New York are 100%, or not 100%. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It was a certain percentage, maybe like 40-30% or something like that, in a sense, to have anxiety more than any, like, almost any other country in the nation, like major city, I guess, in the nation. Why? Because New York is so fucking loud all the time, man. You can't ever get no goddamn peace. I don't know. I mean, and that's just me, like, on meditate. Like, you said, what are my thoughts? Shit, I try to block everything up. My brother. Okay, I swear. I've been wanting to go get a massage, all types of stuff. Man, I need to go to a sensory deprivation tank. You said, man, Latory, when you feel that presence, I promise you, let me go meditate on something and get to where I need to be, and I promise you, I'm going to come out of God. You looking for God, I promise you looking at him. I'm for real. Shit. You leave me and my spit cup alone. I tell you that, you never got the ride in the BMW or the Honda or anything like that in any of the whips. I keep a spit cup. I've been this way since. I tell you this. I have a chronic illness. Admittingly, self-diagnosed chronic illness. You know how when you get sick, when you get a cold, and you feel that mucus shit in the back of your throat, honestly, or the roof of your mouth, and you, like, honestly, most people blow it out their nose or they swallow it. I don't swallow it. I don't want that poison in me, so I spit it out. But I can get that shit, like my shit literally drips. Like, as I'm talking, I promise you, like, I can spit out like some yellow, like some shit that looks like I have a like all day every day. All day every day. When I wake up in the morning, usually that's the worst. Why? Because I haven't spit anything out all fucking night. Now, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Me spitting right now, I haven't even been pulling it up. Like, that little shit, that's just like the fucking, like the saliva in my mouth that I'm spitting out just because I'm so used to fucking spitting like that. But, like, real talk, if you want me to, I can pull that shit up and like, self-diagnosed. I'm not gonna lie, like, what do I eat? It's funny you say that, man. Milk does it. Milk is the number one thing black people are not supposed to eat. Milk, real life helps white people, and it fucks us up. Honestly, really just that, though. I mean, I feel like that's what it is. It's not meat, and because I don't eat meat that often. I mean, I eat fruits a lot. Like, shit, actually, somebody just came in here. I'm telling you, like, if you don't, I promise you. Look, go to YouTube. Have the question been answered? You did. I'm not gonna lie. You most definitely you gave me something I gotta ask people, because I gotta think about this presence. I'm gonna have to come back to you in a couple of days and ask you about this fucking presence. Wait till I gotta meditate on that. You said that's one of the things I'm gonna take in a meditation session, if I can lay my ass down and actually meditate in the next couple of days. I'm disciplined. I'm telling you, like, man, when I was in Vegas, I was straight. Like, I was real life about to be vegan. And, like, honestly, that was just, like, one of my most highest, like, low, I guess, vibrational times and shit like that. Like, I don't know. I made some bad financial decisions and shit. I took a turn for the worse. Honestly, I'm getting right back, though. Honestly, like, I got a lot of fruits and shit like that in here. Low key, it's just, I don't know. I'll tell you this. Once I discipline my mind and stop smoking these goddamn blacks, that's going to give me the confidence and the self-esteem in a sense to continue building on it. Because that's one of my only problems right now. I feel like they're killing us anyways, so I don't feel like there's nothing I could eat or drink or anything like that to actually save my body. What I'm trying to do is educate myself as much as possible and honestly just give as much information out that I acquire in a sense so motherfuckers can build on some thought. I'll tell you this, man. I could get into a fight tomorrow and beat the fuck out of somebody and one of his homeboys could pull out a pistol and shoot me. And everything that I've said on YouTube could still be viewed 10, 20 years from now. So in a sense, and then this is me just like, I really just get on here talking shit. I don't know nothing. Like, what's the difference between universe and God? I say it's the same thing. I don't know nothing. I know that people created God and people keep trying to tell me about God and Allah and this and this. This is something you're trying to tell me. Tell your motherfucking dog about God and see how much he cares. That's basically how I feel. In the sense that, like as far as what's going on in this world, shit, your dog's cool. Shit, he has food. He can go outside and shit what he wants to. Shit, he's just living. So in a sense, I'm kind of like him. Like, I'm just living. I don't give a fuck what's being talked about. I just be sitting around thinking about shit. Like, shit, you keep trying to tell me about God, man, talk to me about God. And in a sense, shit, once I start getting the little questions and shit like that, like, man, I don't know. That's when I can go with it. But, man, I don't know. I'm saying, man, this me, I'm just trying to, I don't know, man, show my little homie some growth. I'll tell you this, man, when I come back, man, in about 4 or 5 years, I can't wait till I start watching these YouTube videos. In a sense, kind of like I'm doing about the God, how I used to tell you, like people used to ask me what God was or how I knew that God was real. And I was like, man, go to the top of a mountaintop and see the beautiful sights and shit like that man, sleep with some of the women that I slept with and you gonna know it's a God. But in a sense, man, I don't know, the same way I used to tell people that and I've now started questioning that. I can't wait to go back to YouTube in a couple of years and watch these videos and be like, man, I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Cause I'm just building on knowledge. Like, man, I got a bundle full of some shit. I'm serious. And I can't even really give it to you in a sense the way that I be thinking about it. Cause I have conversations like this every day. I swear to God, I ask people this question at my job, multiple different people, man, anybody I can ask. Be like, check it, man. You know how I was telling you about that the other day? I got something else for you. I don't know if you know anything about sacred geometry, man. I be putting people on. Sacred geometry. Go to YouTube, shit, watch YouTube. I promise you. I'm the type of person, I go down the rabbit hole. If you could sit around and watch Game of Thrones or Stranger Things or Gossip Girl or whatever it is, but you can't watch a 15, 20-minute YouTube video on some shit that you've never heard about, man, I'm not even talking to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I promise I'm not talking to you. Only because, man, I don't know, man. I'm trying to learn something. As I said, I'm trying to learn as much as I can and get a bundle full of knowledge and put that shit out. I don't care what comes from it. I be telling people watch the YouTube videos and subscribe and follow the YouTube channel. I don't care nothing about that. Because regardless, I'm going to continue working, trying to feed myself, regardless of what YouTube checks come in. So I don't give a fuck. Shit, I'm telling you, I don't know. And I say I don't know a lot. Because really, I don't know nothing. And none of us do. We can sit here and argue semantics and Bible verses and who's right and who's wrong all day. I don't care what nobody says, because you don't know. You can tell me your belief was calling me. I got to go. The only reason I told him I had to go is because I need to save this. Honestly, just because I'm going to put this bitch up on YouTube. I wasn't going to just because I really got on here to talk some shit. But I feel like it needs to be said. I love you, family. I do appreciate you listening. Y'all be easy, man.